4.2 to Sir, with love. Character. Question number 1. Which one among the following is a teacher in the extract? Select the correct one. Also cite a couple of lines from the extract in support of your answer. A. Denham. B. Miss Joseph. C. Sapiano. D. Dale Evans. Answer. A. The following lines from the extract show that Dale Evans is a teacher. 1. Denham called 2 children at random from the audience and then asked to write the name of each teacher on a slip of paper. 2. The names were called Mr. Weston, Mrs. Dale Evans, Miss Phillips. B. The following lines from extract show that Denham, Miss Joseph and Sapiano are students. 1. Denham and Miss Joseph, the 2 most senior students. 2. Sapiano spoke of the study class had made. 3. Denham and Miss Joseph led the others off the stage and the teachers took their seats. 2. Complete the table highlighting the various traits of the major characters in the extract. 1. Denham, blunt, critical, confident, courteous. 2. Miss Phillips, cool, honest, authoritative, smart. 3. Fernman, clear, precise, dramatic, adroit. 4. Potler, knowledgeable, clear, concise. 3. Fernman brought a comic relief in the Students' Council program. Explain. Answer. Fernman made a signal to someone off stage. 2 students, Welch and Allison, appeared bearing a skeleton between them, with a sort of gallows. When this arrangement had been set up, there was the skeleton hanging from a hook screwed into the top of its skull, gently revolving at the end of a cord. This brought some comic relief to the proceeding. 5. Give a brief character sketch of A. Denham. Denham is an important official for the function and sits confidently beside the head. He courteously addresses the girls as Miss. While discussing PT and games, he shocks the audience with his views. He is a trained boxer and does not want to do PT exercises which he feels are unnecessary for him. His tone is initially blunt, critical and argumentative. However, when Miss Phillips gently replies to his arguments and outwits him, he accepts his defeat with resignation. B. Miss Joseph. Miss Joseph is businesslike and confident while allocating tasks and fitting in the program. She is an important official for the function. She supervises the stage beside entire event. She sits on the stage beside Mr. Florian with composure. She also addresses the audience with confidence. In her domestic science report, she speaks about the interdependence of mankind. C. The narrator. The writer is very sensitive person. He is a black man in post-war England and very upset at the racism that he has to face after serving in Royal Air Force. He gets a job in school. Initially, he has difficult time with students who disrespectful, ill-mannered and mischievous. They harass him from day one. Then, after he won the hearts of them by his genuine concern, compassion, his novel and creative ideas and techniques and understanding of students' psychology. Though he was troubled and harasses many times, he didn't lose his patience. He continued implementing his ideas that helped him to bring a significant change in his students' lives. On the day of half-yearly report of the Students' Council, he is very anxious to see how they behave. When they are methodical, confident, cool and courteous, he feels proud of them. D. Miss Dare. She was the specialist in physiology. She spoke about the problems which all humanity has to face in terms of deprivation and disease, and of the advantages gained by interchange of knowledge, advice and assistance. Her contribution was something of an anticlimax after Fernman's dramatic performance. She seemed to realize it, but continued with her speech calmly and confidently. E. Miss Phillips. She was a teacher at panel discussion. Initially thought to be frilly and brainless, but proved while answering Denham's question that she was best informed of the 3 teachers on the stage. Helped the other 2 teachers without embarrassing them. He is cool and honest, speaks with authority. Puts Denham in his place with confidence. 5. Compare the following characters. 1. Miss Joseph and Denham. Miss Joseph. 1. An important student representative for the half-yearly report of the Students' Council. 2. Student representative of domestic science. 3. She speaks about how mankind is interdependent in spite of geographical location and other differences. 4. She is businesslike, calm and efficient while allocating tasks and organizing the program, confident on stage and while addressing the audience. Denham. 1. An important student representative for the half-yearly report of the Students' Council. 2. Student representative of PT and games. 3. Criticizes the general pattern of PT and games, stating that it was ill-conceived and pointless, monotonous and a waste of time. Argues with the teachers, especially with Miss Phillips. 4. He is a businesslike, calm and efficient while allocating tasks and organizing the program, confident on stage. Courteous with the ladies. Blunt, critical and argumentative while discussing with the teachers. Accepts defeat ruefully. 2. Fernman and Miss Dare. Fernman. 1. Student representative for physiology. 2. Keeps the audience spellbound by his speech. Steals the shoe by exhibition, a model of a human skeleton and emphasizing the class conclusion that, basically all people were the same. 3. Clear, precise and dramatic. Questions the teachers skillfully. Miss Dare. 1. Student representative for physiology. 2. Speaks about the problems which all humanity has to face in terms of deprivation and disease, and of the advantages gained by interchange of knowledge, advice and assistance. 3. Clam. She continued her speech even though her contribution was something of an anticlimax after Fernman's performance. 3. Miss Phillips and Denham. Miss Phillips. 1. A teacher at the panel discussion. 2. Initially thought to be frilly and brainless, but proved while answering Denham's questions that she was best informed of the three teachers on the stage. 3. Cool-natured and honest, speaks with authority, put Denman in his place with confidence. Denham. 1. Student representative for the half-yearly report of the Student Council. 2. Criticized the general pattern of PT and games, stating that it was ill-conceived and pointless, monotonous and a waste of time. Argues with teachers, especially with Miss Phillips. 3. Businesslike, calm and efficient while organizing the program, confident on stage. Courteous with the ladies. Blunt, critical and argumentative while discussing with the teachers, accepts defeat ruefully. 4. Narrator and the head of the school. Narrator. 1. A teacher in Greenslanday School. 2. Watches his students' performance anxiously without interruption, initially had a difficult time with the students. 3. Identifies himself with his students and their progress, is proud of their confidence, understanding and behavior. 4. Sensitive and patient, he implements his novel ideas and techniques which helps to bring a significant change in his students' lives. He is upset over racism. Head of the school. 1. Head of Greenslanday School. 2. Addresses the school on the Students' Council. Speaks about the aims and policy of the school and of the important contribution each child could make. Gives praise wherever necessary, but insists that there was yet a great deal to be done. 3. Identifies himself with the school and students. At the end he expresses his pride in all the children and his deep appreciation of their efforts. 4. Practical and logical, given praise where necessary, identifies himself with the school, proud and appreciative of the students' efforts. Plot. Question number 2. 1. Arrange the incidents in correct sequence as per their occurrence in the extract. A. Denham was outwitted by Miss Phillips. B. The head of the school closed the proceedings. C. Denham asserted that PT periods were a waste of time. D. The slips were folded and placed in a hat. E. Fernman was as usual a trump card. F. Denham called out the names of the representatives. G. Students' Council was held every year on November 15th. Answer. G. Students' Council was held every year on November 15th. F. Denham called out the names of the representatives. E. Fernman was as usual a trump card. D. The slips were folded and placed in a hat. C. Denham asserted that PT periods were a waste of time. A. Denham was outwitted by Miss Phillips. B. The head of the school closed the proceedings. 2. Describe in brief the purpose of organizing the half-yearly report program of Students' Council. Answer. The program was organized entirely by the senior students, to learn other activities. During the half-yearly report program of Students' Council, each class would report through its representatives on the studies pursued during the half-year which began after Easter. A representative was chosen for each subject. When all the classes had completed their reports, a panel of teachers would be invited to occupy the stage and answer questions from the body of the whole on matters arising out of the various reports. Throughout all the reports, the emphasis was on what they understand rather than on what they were expected to learn. 3. Write in your words the entire half-yearly report program of Students' Council. Answer. In this extract, narrator described the half-yearly report of the Students' Council. The students reported to the faculty and other students. Miss Joseph and Denham, both were from narrator's class, presided over the meeting. Mr. Florian, the head master, addressed the meeting. After that, each class gave a brief report of their progress, by their chosen representatives. The panel of teachers was then chosen to answer any questions put by students. The lowest class began first, narrator's class was at last. The representatives spoke about their coursework and placed considerable amount of emphasis on how much they had learnt about different people, cultures, customs and the importance of international cooperation. Miss Joseph began the highest classes proceeding by clarifying that the common theme underlying all their studies that term was the interdependency of mankind. Potter spoke in the field of math, focusing on how greater understanding in the world is fostered by the use of common weights and measures. Miss Pegg and Jackson spoke on geography. Miss Dare and Fernman discussed the subject of physiology, Miss Dodd reported on history, Miss Joseph on domestic science. Denham created a stir by speaking on PT and games. Mr. Weston, Mrs. Dale Evans and Miss Phillips were chosen at random to answer students' questions. 4. Describe the question-answer session that took place at the end of the extract. Ans. At the end of program, question-answer session started. 3 teachers were selected to answer the students' questions. Miss Euphemia Phillips proved to be the coolest and best informed of the 3 teachers on the stage. She dealt with questions put to her with honesty and authority, and would often intervene skillfully to assist one of the others without causing embarrassment. Fernman was skillful in his questioning, Denham was blunt in his criticism. He severely criticized the general pattern of PT and games. Denham was a trained boxer and insisted that such exercises were only advantageous if practiced daily and for longer periods. PT twice weekly for 20 minutes was a waste of time. The whole timetable was meant to help the students in the world after they left the school, and doing what one was told in spite of not liking it, was part of the training. That answer defeated Denham and he accepted his defeat. 5. Describe the discussion that took place between Miss Phillips and Denham. Answer. There is no specific discussion between Miss Joseph and Denham. Setting. Question number 3. 1. Which event took place in the extract? Choose the correct one. Give reason S to support your answer. A. Annual Sports Day on November 15th. B. Annual Social and Cultural Gathering on November 15th. C. Half-yearly Report of Students' Council on November 15th. D. Farewell Program on November 15th. Answer. C. Half-yearly Report of Students' Council on November 15th. 2. The event in the extract was held at the. Choose the correct alternative. Give reason S to support your answer. A. Author's House. B. Auditorium of the school. C. Market. D. Garden. Answer B. Auditorium of the school. 3. The incidents in the extract occurred at a particular place. Explain the significance of that place in your own words. Answer. The theme of the extract is student-teacher relationship, and the incidents in the extract takes place in the auditorium of Greenslade School. The extract confines itself to narration the incidents on the important day of the half-yearly report of Student Council. The head of school was present, teachers and students. It was a serious and formal occasion, and setting is the auditorium, with a stage and a formal atmosphere. 4. Explain how the setting of the extract contributes to the theme of the novel. Ans. The theme of the extract is teacher-student relationship and change in the behavior of the students after the narrator's patient dealing. The narrator had a difficult time with students who were disrespectful, ill-mannered and mischievous. He finds that the students belong to a background that is not suitable for learning and for their overall development. They are in no mood to change their attitude and behavior. The narrator, with his novel and creative ideas, innovative techniques and understanding of the psychology of students, ultimately wins their hearts. The narrator is now anxious to see how far his teaching has been effective. He can judge it from the behavior and attitude of his students on the important day of the half-yearly report of the Students' Council. This report takes place in the presence of the head of the school, and the setting of the auditorium, a stage and a formal atmosphere is just right. The discussion and question-answer session also contribute to the theme. Theme. Question number 4. 1. When the turn of my class came, I sat up anxiously. Why was the narrator anxious? Explain the statement by citing suitable references from the extract. Answer. The narrator initially had a difficult time with students, but with his creative ideas, innovative techniques and understanding ultimately won their hearts. He later grew very fond of his students and wanted them to do well in their lives. He is now anxious to see how far his teaching has been effective. He can judge it from their behavior, conduct and attitude on the important day of half-yearly report of the Students' Council. He also wanted to how they had understood during the given period. The program takes place in the presence of the head of school, the teachers and students. It is a serious and formal occasion. Hence he sat up anxiously when the turn of his class came. 2. Select two statements that describe the theme of the extract. A. Half-yearly report of the Students' Council was not an important event for the students and teachers of school. B. The writer was immensely pleased to notice the progress of his students. C. The students showed a remarkable change in their behavior and were progressing in all the subjects. D. The head of the institution was against conducting such activities in the school. Answer. B. The writer was immensely pleased to notice the progress of his students. C. The students showed a remarkable change in their behavior and were progressing in all the subjects. 3. The relationship between the teacher and the students is highlighted in the extract. Illustrate with suitable examples from the extract. Answer. In this extract, narrator describes the relation between teachers and students. They arranged the program half-yearly report of Students' Council in their school. It is entirely the students' affair. Students are given full freedom. The students and teachers all listen attentively to the reports made by the representative of students. Then 3 teachers are chosen at random to answer the students' questions. They have to answer whatever questions are put to them by students. The whole proceedings are conducted in a serious, formal and frank manner. There is freedom of expression. The students are free from restraints. They express their views openly and analyze issues honestly. 4. Explain in brief the theme of the extract. Answer. The theme of this extract is the student-teacher relationship. Second is proceedings of the half-yearly report of the Students' Council. The extract shows the improvement in the conduct of the narrator's students, and the increase in their level of confidence and courtesy. It is also shows the freedom and candor in student-teacher interaction in the school. It indicates how anxious the narrator was for his students to shine, and how happy he was when they did. 5. Describe the atmosphere of the school described in the extract. Answer. Here is the program of Students' Affair, half-yearly report of Students' Council. Students and teachers are participated in it. Students conduct the whole program. 3 teachers are chosen at random to answer the students' questions. The proceedings are serious, formal and frank. The students honestly give their reports and ask questions fearlessly. The selected teachers do their best to answer the critical and blunt questions put them. It is a domestic setup. There is freedom of expression. The students express their views openly and analyze issues without any restraint.